Hello, I'm VX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. And recently, in case you are curious, I have been getting a lot of dirt, honestly, just from mining underground. I've been doing a lot of, mining expeditions, and funnily enough, that's resulted in a lot of dirt, and it made me realize, why not use this dirt to finally finish one of my big projects that's been a long time coming, and finish the Sky Height wheat farm. So that is exactly what I'm doing in today's video. I'm going to be taking all of this dirt, and we're going to be doing something that I kind of like, Survival Tuesday, Survival Stream Day, just these chill survival streams on every day that's not a Thursday, because again, I love the idea of this Thursday for maybe doing like a hardcore something, but I also love just having these, these chill and, do some Minecraft sessions, so that's exactly what this is going to be. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing fancy, nothing like groundbreaking, although we might end up breaking some dirt later. Haha, am I right? But we're going to be finishing this, which is currently all the way up to about 230 blocks. It'll go all the way up to 256 later, I do imagine. So, yeah, before we start though, let me tell you a story about this right here. I got myself a, I didn't get this myself actually. One of my friends at some point left a cardigan, I think this would be called. It's like a jumper, but it's kind of more cardigan-y in my opinion, at my house. And I've been trying to work out who left it and to give it back for the last, literally 2.5 years since I first got my house. I haven't been able to find them, so I want to throw it away, but I have this big problem with throwing away clothes before I wear them. So I'm going to put on this purple cardigan today, and you're going to compliment me, internet. I hope you enjoy. I can't actually watch the stream, but I love you. Thank you very much, Alina Khan, for showing up even when you can't show up. That's what heroes do. You might think that showing up is enough. But or you might think that what you meant. Okay, look at this. I look like I'd say I look like one of the Star Trek dudes. Like the dudes in the which one actually? I need to get like a Star Trek color code. Star Trek uniforms. So I look like, man. There's a whole Wikipedia article, and it's not just like, oh, there's 4 colors. I look like one of the colors. Okay, just. Light blue for special services, red for low-grade officers. I guess I look like a low-grade officer there. So this is Toycat the Cardigan Man. Thank you, internet, for telling me I look good. That is exactly what I wanted from you, and I'm glad you could deliver. Anyway, so, love your cardigan, you look great. I actually bought this for myself from Fred Perry. It was on sale. Actually, people always say, when someone compliments their stuff, it was on sale. I guess it sounds weird to be like, I paid full price, but it was on sale. It was a pretty good deal, I think, got myself a Fred Perry original, and all I had to do was do this whole thing. Also, hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. Would you believe it? We started a minute early today. This is how groundbreaking. I've got to not say that. Also, thank you, Cian O'Neill, for the €2. Good to see you yourself, Mr. Cian O'Neill, which, I still don't really know about that name, but good to see you, Mr. Kian. You taught me how to say it once, and I've entirely forgotten, and that is a testament to my ability to remember. But, I hope you all have a wonderful stream today. Also, do you believe that there's absolute right and wrong, which can be seen... Oh, no, that was a previous stream. But someone asked if there's a... I didn't respond to anyway because it was at the end of the stream. So, do you believe there's an absolute right and wrong which can be seen in a clear way, or are ethics determined by perspective? Also, been watching on and off for years. So, the truth is ethics is determined by perspective, but that makes you sad to think about, so we like to believe there's a universal truthness to it. Also, hi, here's another donate. I bought a member. Hey, thank you, Damie Games. Do appreciate it. Thank you for the Czech crowns. How often do you get Czech cat crowns showing up? Also, yeah, we've moved the thing on screen to be slightly less long, because it was like, when we get trains of them, they show up forever, and it's like, it's a detriment to clipping of the streams. So hopefully it makes a better viewing experience, because obviously you can all see them in the chat, and if you can't, the donations show up for the same amount of time, but super chat shows up in the chat, so it's like we don't need to duplicate that on the screen so much. Just in case you're curious, we made a little bit of a change to how we're doing these things. It's kind of cool, right? But yeah, I thank you very much for buying the member, Mr. Darmy Games. And but the thing about right and wrong is I feel like what it is people like to believe it's universal, because when you believe that it's just based on your when it's based on how you grew up or your society, whatever. Also, thank you. Glad you love the farm, Mr. Andrea Boos. And also thank you for becoming a cheap cat midnight. But the the interesting thing is that, like, if you believe that it's all based on how we grow up and it's based on our raising and stuff like that, then the question becomes, well, if ethics are all relative anyway, then what's the point in any of it? And then you can start to bend the rules a little bit more. Where I think it's important everyone believe that ethics, even though everyone has their own ethics, it's important to believe that it's universal. It's important to believe there is a universal wrong, because no one wants to be a universal wrong. Whereas everyone would admit, someone thinks what I'm doing right now, in Minecraft, in the form of the stream maybe, they're like, you know what, Toy Cat, Minecraft is a game that's played by children. They'd be like, oh, it's exclusively a child's game. Not a single person over the age of 9 plays Minecraft, and you're soliciting money from these children. I'm sure you can make an argument like that, right? I am universally in someone's wrong, probably, maybe. I'm sure. So someone's angry about everything, so that's the whole thing. Also, your hair looks great tonight. Thank you, Carl. You see, that thing I said about compliments, it's true. Now I like you slightly more. Isn't that wonderful? But yeah, no, looking kind of sharp these days. You know, I'm just saying, I do work on the Enterprise. Yes, I'm a science officer. Or I need to look it up again. Yes, I'm a low-grade officer and officer cadet. Man, is there really no purple in Star Trek? To me, this totally looks like a... I should get a Star Trek jumper. I don't even like Star Trek, but I feel like I like the uniforms they have more than I like the show. Also, I went and saw my sign on the end road. First sign. Oh, that's gonna be cool. There's a video coming out from that fairly soon. It's being edited right now, just in case you're curious. There's a lot of things that are going on, right, that you gotta wait. Also, Toycat, please read. Make sure your farm goes all the way down to Bedrock and not just Y60, otherwise you haven't finished it, says Alex Kirby. So I did that with my sugarcane farm, but honestly, the hassle isn't worth it to me, because it messes with the underground stuff anyway. Like, it causes more downside than upside, because the upside's none. I mean, if you look at the sugarcane farm, like, the bits of it that's impressive, it's the top bits. The bits of it that you actually want to use, it's the top bit. The bit of it that, is fun to plant, it's the top bit. The bomb bit was just there to say that it was sky height to Bedrock, because I loved farming sugarcane. I don't love wheat farming as much. I feel like it's a bit more finicky and a bit more demanding. So that's my kind of take on this. Also, thank you, Vlogs by Char, for the chat that says how... Oh, it's just a sticker saying, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Thank you for asking. I've had a pretty good day today. I've got back into the swing better of things as they relate to, yeah, I've been doing much better with the YouTubey things, I would say. And also, like, I don't know, I just had a good day. I did some cooking that I like. Actually, I'd say cooking. I haven't been doing real people cooking, but I really craved, like, in the UK we have fish and chip shops, as I'm sure you know, because internet stereotypes are a thing. But they do like to me as a child, I never had fish with fish and chips because it's expensive. I had like battered sausage and chips, and so I crave that on like a once a week basis. It's weird. I just have like extreme craving for it. And I decided, like, you know what? You can't cook a sausage and have it taste the same. So, it's clearly got to be deep frying or something. So I've been air frying to be precise, but sausages are like super high temperatures to the point where most people would probably consider them burnt, but only burnt on the outside. On the inside, it's like perfectly moist still. Or not moist. Probably moist is a word. And yeah, I've been having the greatest time with it. I've been loving my little air frying hobby, I would say. I don't even know if it's a hobby, but basically, yeah, I've been cooking, and by cooking I mean not cooking in the slightest, just doing some stuff. But what are you eating or drinking? Melons, says the Gido. Oh, I was gonna get a drink for this stream, but I entirely forgot. So I guess we're on trusty water. I've been drinking a lot of Sprite recently, actually. I don't know why. Like I'm not the sort of person that gets into like fizzy drinks too often, or soda, as you call them in America. But also Fish Fridays or Sausage Saturdays. The thing is, like, I would rather have 4 sausages than 1 fish. Because, like, cod, the cod you get in a fish and chip shop, maybe if it's freshly caught or something, it's really good. But I personally, like, okay, we're diving deep into the real British problems right here. And the real British problem that affects me is, like, you know what? I don't understand why people buy fish. It's never that good. But the batter is the good bit of all the fish and chips, right? The deep friedness. That's why we go to a fish, shop rather than a McDonald's or whatever else. Also, what's the deal with airplane food? they put a lot more. So first of all, it's made to a really limited budget because no one chooses their airline based on the food. So it's really limited budget food that has to be prepared at altitude. And then also your taste buds are way, you know, they're less active at high altitudes. So it has to be saltier and more aromatic, I want to say. So they have to make really weird food that doesn't... Like, they can't just give you ground food. Also, it has to be heated up in effectively microwaves. So it's microwave food that is very cheap and has to be heated up in the sky. That's the deal with airplane food. Fun fact. You know, I know you didn't actually mean. Yeah, I know you didn't actually have a question, but I'm glad I can answer anyway. I love travel, and you know, I'll answer even sarcastic questions about it. Yeah, but it's kind of weird. Like, there's something cool about when you're passionate about something, you just want to tell people, even when they don't want to hear, and that's totally me. Also wanted to say I love your videos, and they've helped me so much over the last year, singular, sorry. Thank you, says Vlogs by Char. I'm glad the videos have helped you so much. I wonder in what way they have, Vlogs by Char. But I'm really glad that I'm really glad that's a thing, because it's always cool. Like, the thing I like most about streaming is seeing the super chats or whatever from people like you being like, oh, yeah, that was a super chat. Being like, oh yeah, this has helped. A human, you know, response, a real thing out there being like, this wasn't just a thing that filled 2 minutes, although that has a value too, but this is a thing that has helped me in my Minecraft world or in this way or that way. So I'm glad it helped you, Vlogs by Char. I wonder in which way. I'll try and keep my eye on the chat if you want. Also, I've got a cold and everything has 0 taste. That's actually, that should be the motto behind, like, Coke Zero. 0 the sugar, 0 the taste. 0 the... You know, honestly, sometimes you want a tasteless drink, though, right? So maybe that might work. How was yesterday, Toycat, says CK. You know, we don't talk about Mondays. You know, something Garfield reference, maybe. I'm not sure. But you know, my Monday was questionable, I would say. I think I don't know, I think I started my week good.
I get to watch the stream from my hospital bed. Just in case I get kicked from this Wi-Fi. I have pneumonia and need constant attention to heal because of my sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis? That sounds like a French, like, a really famous French person. I am sarcoidosis. I'm here today. Oh, I had the whole thing of... I had the whole shulker box full of dirt. I didn't need to do this. Also, wheat, says Axel92. Yeah, we'll put some wheat on it after we're done with this. Because I think... But finally, after such a ridiculous amount of time, we can finally do that. But no, it's good to see you, Jess Slimmer. It's been a... I was concerned the last stream was the last one. But yeah, I'm glad you can make it. Even from hospital. You know what? If you're not watching today's stream, what's your excuse? Yeah, I'm calling you out, Alina Khan 92 from earlier. You know, you think you can... Earlier I was like, what a great example. Now I'm going the exact opposite route. You are, you know, you are a crime against the state, you are. But also, wait, I saw a message, Vlogs by Char. I've been in a really dark place and being able to watch your videos has helped bring a new happiness. Hey, oh, Jesus. What? Bring new happiness to me. I'm really glad, Vlogs by Char. I think it's interesting the things that bring happiness, because on the surface nothing seems important, right? Everything is, for the most part, everything is unimportant in its own way. But I think once you see through that, once you stop thinking about things as just being things, it's cool to see the significance they can bring to people, maybe including you. Also, imagine going on a helicopter ride and you die, says Rick Rickerston. I certainly cannot imagine that happening to me. No, the thing I love about... That's not a good way to start a sentence. We'll start that one again. Actually, wait. We'll go through a super chat. See, look at that. Nailed that timing. Bruh, I visit all the streams. I just don't always donate, says Axel92. I think that's awesome. Again, there's no obligation to donate on every stream. There's no obligation to donate ever. You can watch for free forever if you think that, you know, if you don't want or need to support the things you watch, then there's no need to, right? Like, it's a thing you can do if you enjoy doing. If you didn't enjoy doing it, then you really should stop. Good rule for life right there. Also, your hair looks great today, man. Or good, sorry. Let's not oversell my own comments. It's funny, I was like super self-conscious about it. Do you want to know? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that thing where like you're the internet, so I don't care too much about your opinion. Sorry, internet. But the reason the thing I did different today is I didn't wash it. I deliberately, like, I woke up and I had to do something immediately. I had to, let's just pretend I had to go straight to McDonald's, because I did. The first thing I did today is I ordered McDonald's.
Toy Cat stream in the middle of the Workday Appreciation tab. Also, get better soon. Just cross fingers, light skin tone.
That is one of the cool things I love about these streams, is we've like, there's this little like community that's like developed around them that isn't the perfect same as the main channel thing, but like, you know, the fact that we recognize these faces that show up or super chat every day, it's pretty cool. And the fact that they recognize each other, I like that. You know, isn't it cool when you find out that your friends like each other? It's one of those impossible things to find in life, but it's cool to see the live stream version of that. But yeah, the secret to my hair today is I did not wash it. I woke up and I was in too much of a hurry to shower, and that is the secret to my hair. So now I know what some portion of my subscribers do enjoy about it. Actually, I put a tiny bit of like dry shampoo on just for this stream, because I was like, ooh, it's looking. It feels bad. Like, it feels strange to me. Maybe this is just how hair's meant to feel, but I feel like deeply uncomfortable. Like if I touch it, it's like, oh. Also, I have McDonald's too, says Lexi Louise. Okay, chat, give me a McDonald's order. We're gonna get into this one nice and early. Let's get the big guns out. This is the conversation topic I usually reserve for first dates and, you know, important speeches to the UN. But you know, we'll get it out there now. What do you guys think is the what's your go-to McDonald's order? You know, someone's like, you know, you're at McDonald's, you have 20 seconds to pick. What are you getting, guys? Also, what are your thoughts on Byleth in Smash? I don't know Byleth. I should probably. Also, fine, it looks great! But like, sarcastic SpongeBob way. Thank you very much, Clarissa Blinkman. So welcome. Also, McDonald's is bad. High quality opinion filled with nothing. Big Mac, McChicken, a bun with pickles and nothing else is Chantilly. Man, unironically, if they sold those for like half the price, I think I'd buy that. That sounds delicious. I think you're being sarcastic. I hope, for the love of your wallet, that you are. 5 large fries, says Midnight. I've done that once, I'll admit. Maybe not 5, I did it with like 3. I just filled a bag with large fries and was just like, this is me. Also, Big Mac, says Francesca Martinez. You know, it's funny actually, like the Big Mac is their signature burger, but also it's the one everyone wants. That, and the only thing that tastes good about it, because I love the Big Mac as much as anyone else, but it's like, it's just that sauce with like an extra bun and an extra burger, but it's like, it's a god tier burger. It's a god tier burger, despite doing very little else. Also, it's really cheap. In the UK at least, there's always a promotion to get it for like $1.99. So that's pretty good stuff. 50 chicken nuggets with no sauce. High quality McDonald's choice. What is 1+1? I forgot, says Kitten Gamer. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I want to say it's a window. Haha. Do you guys ever do that in school? 1+1 equals window. It was the dumbest thing. I hope you didn't do it in school. Otherwise, you're all dumb. You deserve bad things to happen to you. I agree, the only good thing about the Big Mac is the sauce. But it is a very good thing. Again, you know, I've heard that all it is it's just Thousand Island dressing or whatever. But I'm just saying, why does no one else put it on their burger? Like, it's even burger sauce, which is like close to being really good. I don't know. Also, I'm going to dip out. See you later, says Carrie Robinson. Good to see you. Also, you okay with taking breaks from things you love, says Bobby Neal. Honestly, taking a break is really important from certain things you love. You can't do anything, even something you love the most, you can't do it 100% of the time, always. There has to be some natural break. That natural break might just be when you sleep and, you know, weekends. That natural gap might be, you know, like 2 hours a day. But there has, even the things you love the very most in the world, you need a break from. And if you don't have that break for a long time, you need to, like, it builds up, you know. Like, what should be an hour-a-day break can build up into an entire week if you haven't done it for a year. Wait, hour a day? No, I guess it'd be 2 weeks if you haven't done it for a year. Is that why people usually take like 1-2 week holiday a year? Huh, I guess maybe it is. Also, just eat Taco Bell and enjoy explosive diarrhea. Man, I hate the way diarrhea is spelt. Like, can we all just agree? Like, whether you like people talking about diarrhea on the internet, or whether you think it's a bit too crass for a Toy Cat live stream, can we all agree the way diarrhea is spelt is just, like, it's not on, it's not okay. Also, this takes way longer than I ever assumed. Like, what is it about placing dirt that takes so long? But yeah, I really hate the spelling of it, because it's like, I heard it. Actually, wait, I have a story. I never had such an ailment, like in my childhood, although I could remember. Lucky me, right? Very lucky me. However, so like at one point, one of my like cousins got it, and that like I was just like, what is that you have? Like, why is it this big like sensitivity that we've got to like pretend like it's a big deal? And I was like, so what even is diarrhea, yo? And he just said something along the lines of like, it's bottom gravy, and I was like, and I can never unthink that when I hear the words diarrhea now, just like bottom gravy. So there's your diarrhea story, internet. You might think that this is a also, so I can't stop. SH exclamation mark to talking. Oh, it's an upside down exclamation mark. That's the ones that go like at the start of Spanish sentences. Just got promoted today. Time to pay the Toy Cat tax. Hey, my man, Draven Keller. Congrats on being promoted. I'm hyped for you, man. It's a whole new world of opportunity. Where you were yesterday and where you are today are whole new worlds. I'm going to make the recommendation, despite the fact that you just broke it to do a nice thing for me. I think the number one thing you could probably do to take advantage of a raise is like try for as long as you can to not change your spending habits whatsoever and put all the raise money in a separate pile. For as long as you can, do that. And then if you want to give then if you feel like, oh man, I wish I'd made a bit more, give yourself some of the raise money. Like, you can be in control of when you get a raise, because presumably you could live or be happy with whatever money you had before. Now you get the ability to give yourself a raise. That's the biggest power a person can have, you know. I love money, says CT. I love money too. We have so much in common. Also, why does dirt sound so crunchy? One sec. Oh, Jesus. Let me give it a noise check. Yeah, it sounds extra crunchy today. Am I crazy? I think it's because I'm standing on dirt as I'm placing it too. Yeah, I think you're getting like two different dirt things mixed up. But yeah, no, the biggest power you can use money for is to remove the power that the givers of money have over you, you know? If you're 100% reliant on a source of money, you can never be rich. That's why, like, I find it insane when people who make, like, you know, hundreds of thousands a year spend it as fast as they can on their lifestyle of, like, going to exclusive restaurants or whatever else. Because then it's like, you know, all that money that you're earning, you're losing the number one benefit of money, which is the stability and security of not needing to do that. But that's just me personally. Toy Cat is Captain Crunch. Finance of Toy Cat says Francesca Martinez. Man, I've been trying, like, by trying I mean thinking about it forever. I should just do the Shia LaBeouf thing and just do it or whatever. I want to make videos about, like, finance stuff so bad. Because most people do it from, like, a boring analytic perspective of, like, this, that, this. Or they do it entirely from a perspective where the numbers don't matter. But, like, money is literally numbers. The numbers do matter. Well, there's fun ways to use the money, you know? There's really fun ways to... You know, there's fun ways to interact with the money. And that the funness of how you spend money does affect how you do it. Some people like to be like, well, you know, it doesn't actually... It's like, it does, you know? It's like, one of my favorite little niche things about human psychology is a lot of people, if you just tell them, oh yeah, you can earn interest in the bank, you know, you can put money in the bank, you'll earn some interest later, you know, like interest. Everyone knows about the idea. But if you tell people, oh yeah, you put money in the bank and every month the interest is paid out in the form of lottery tickets, that's like, oh, by having money in the bank every month I get a chance to win the lottery. I keep my money and I get, like, the The idea of having like in the UK we actually have that. It's called premium bonds. It's a cool concept. Every month you enter in a lottery draw and you might win £1 million. Isn't that cool? Is it time for the third channel? For a third channel, says Jordan Beacons. I've got 4 channels right now. I've got a real problem. Oh, now I'm finally willing to promote the IBX 4Cat channel. It's called IBX Toy Cat live streams. I'm gonna do like an official announcement in the video, but I just posted a live stream highlight thing there, and we'll do one in like another week I guess. Toy Cat, you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad? No, I've only read. I've only like seen excerpts from it, but I've heard it's a big finance book thing. What's the point of money? I'd say the point of money is to. I mean, the point of it as a system is to represent the value you generate for someone else and allow you to use that value with a third party. Because, you know, like, if you think about the most basic of human society, you go hunt an animal, in exchange, I'll run the fire. You give me some food, you get to use my fire. Or, like, I'll go fishing, you chop down a tree, you can make a shelter, I'll give us food. You know, we're making a trade of our services to each other. But obviously, like... Oh, we have 2 layers left to go, by the way. Hype, hype, hype. Chat, are you excited? Because I sure am. But yeah, basically, money is just a way so you can do that without having to do it directly for another person. I can fish for you, but instead of you building my house, you can give me credits, which I can use to have someone else build my house. Or, you know, maybe I don't want a house. Maybe I want to, you know, buy a nice purple cardigan from, what was it, Fred Perry? What even is Fred Perry? I've never heard of it. One of my friends. It sounds expensive, honestly. Go to McDonald's wearing the sexy spoon costume. Should we wear the sexy spoon costume on Thursday? I feel like that's a fun idea. But, also, hey, thank you, Regular Steve. I need some advice. My girlfriend is leaving for a year and we have minimal communication while she was gone. Should I suggest us taking a break or continue to feel trapped? So here's the thing, Regular Steve. You can tell a lot about how to answer any relationship advice by how people ask the question. You're hoping there's an objective right answer based on girlfriend leaving for a year. I'm wondering what to do. You're hoping there is an objective course of action that anyone would do in your shoes. But the truth is, it's down to the individuals involved, right? Any relationship only works by the consent of the individuals within it. And it sounds like from the continue to feel trapped. Also, yeah, well, I'm going to be doing Java on Thursday, actually. So, to keep people excited while I play Java, I'll be a sexy spoon. But, no, Regular Steve, because every relationship is defined by the people who are inside of it, you sound like you are trapped in this relationship no matter what. Even if the correct course was to stay with her forever because you have to, if you're feeling trapped, you need to at least talk to her about that. And in reality, you know, depending on the ages, depending on the situation involved, if it's a situation, you know, because a year of no minimal contact, that might be survivable if you've been together a decade. But if you got together 6 months ago, of course that would be silly. It depends. You know, even though there is no such thing as an objective answer, it all depends on your specific circumstances. That's why you can never get objectively correct relationship advice. But also at the same time, I would say to take this one, you know, and bring it back a step, that you need to talk about these things and you need to make it like kind of clear that like, hey, I don't want to be in a I don't want to be off the market or whatever, you know, that means in trap sense for a whole year while, you know, like, I don't want to effectively be in a relationship in none of the good ways while being in it in all the bad ways, you know, which is the fact that you're exclusive despite the fact that you're exclusive to someone who isn't there for an entire year. The easiest solution to this is to, you know, go and to look at solutions where you're not apart for an entire year. But ignoring that, you know, because that's obviously step one. But besides that, it's like talk about it, talk about all these things, and let her say some stuff too. If you try, you can't deal with any relationship issue with one person. You need a second person in there. And that's why all the things I'm going to offer, none of them are going to compare to like, hey, you should just, you know, maybe you should talk to her about that. So there's my relationship advice for you. And my generic relationship advice for everyone is like, hey, talk to the person you're in a relationship with, because you know who knows your relationship best? The people who are in it. And you know who's in that relationship? Sadly, not Toy Cat. Sadly. By the way, what a lovely cardigan, Mr. Toy Cat. Thank you, Immortal Tyrant 2. I think it's a lovely cardigan too. I think it's the loveliest of cardigans. Have we earned orange square time? You have earned orange square time. Here is your orange square time. It is gone now. By the way, isn't it cool? We're almost done with the last layer. Look at this right here. We're like pretty much done. Do you want to just end the live stream and be like, you know what, this was a good half an hour, but I think we should call it a day. Also, funny how the music changed. It knows when I'm moving on up. But yeah, I kind of want to, after this, I generally might, like, make that first move on the finance channel. Because one of the things I really believe is, like, yeah, make the first move in anything. It's the easiest thing to do. Or the hardest thing to do. But yeah, I might just make one video. It will be in the third channel, though. Which, in case you're curious, is Andrew Andrews. I wish my third channel had a real name, but right now it has to be my real name. Sucks, but it's a whole thing. Also, we got a Boeing 787 watching the stream, but now it's rising. Wait, I don't know what that means, but like I know what a Boeing 787 is. Nice plane, by the way. Probably my favorite. Probably my favorite in the world to fly. Like narrowly beats out the A350, but plain talk interests no one. Wait, your last name is Andrews, says Kitten Gamers. It is in fact, or I'm very bad at lying. Could be either of the two. You don't know for sure, do you? Common sense is not very common anymore, says Francesca. Man, I don't know a single Francesca. Francesca. Is that a real name? Nah, it's gotta be one of those fake names. But yeah, look at this. We're about to be... I'm gonna put the little gaps in now. So let's also... Oh no, wait, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Let's put that back. Put that there. And let's do this. We're getting very close to the last blocks placed. Chat, you're about to witness a grand moment, because after literally years of trying to build this one, I think it was... Yeah, I think it was before the Minecraft Bedrock switch. We have now officially, as of today, placed the lot... Let me try that one again. We have now today officially placed the last dirt block. That's right, we have a wheat farm going all the way up to 254 blocks. Because you can go up to 255, and then I think you can place 56 as well, actually. Theoretically, we could have another layer that was one higher up, but we couldn't have one too higher. It's a shame. You should really optimize these from the ground up so that doesn't happen. What we could also do is we could have the last layer be slightly higher up than the other ones. Like, we could have like a ceiling, and then we could like build up from here and remove this bottom layer. I don't really like that as a solution either, though. So instead, what we've done is we've done this. Although actually, maybe in the corners we could have like dirt here, just as a reminder. Yeah, I like this as a thing. Like, have dirt in all the corners, and see if that adds to it. I finished my 256 block high wheat farm, then my world corrupted, says nobody. I've heard from so many like people having world corrupted that it's like a reminder. Everyone right now, just remember, it's not just YouTubers that have this issue every now and then, like I did. You will have... How did I take full damage from that, by the way? One sec. Is that a bug with the world height up here? I was 2 blocks up and I jumped. How did I take damage? Did I do something... Okay, wait. What did I do? You know what? I have so many questions. Realize your left elbow, lol. My right elbow is actually a lot more real than my left one, so that's the embarrassing one for you there, Francesca. The Elytra boosted you up. So I held onto the Elytra, then immediately... Look, wait, let's try that again. So you just like... Even like barreling towards the ground, I can't get it to work. Yeah, you'd have to like activate and unactivate at the same time. But there's like a delay between when you can activate and not. Whatever, you're not chat. I don't know how I did it, but it's a whole fun thing. So, Kat, do you like Nando's? I used to really dislike Nando's, but recently me and my friends have started going. And again, it's one of those places where when you manage your expectations, it's really, really good actually. I guess with any place, the answer is manage your expectations and you'll have a good time. You know, if you go into a steakhouse and expect a McDonald's, you have a bad time. You go into McDonald's and expect a steakhouse, you have a bad time. 0 hearts were taken when you felt that damage. That's what makes it so much weirder to me. Like, it wasn't even real damage. It was pretend real damage. Anything's good if you have low expectations. That's the entire business model behind these live streams. We just hope that people have low enough expectations, and then we call it a day. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place a bunch of dirt in this shulker box, because that's of course necessary. Just fill up the inventory, fill up the box. I wish there was a button in Minecraft for like autofill all stacks of something into something else. I remember at one point chat said there was, and I feel like it wasn't, because it would be a really cool feature if it existed. Sadly though, it's not a thing just yet. So there we go. We've now... Oh wait, we should take out these leads. I don't know why they're inside the wheat box. Oh, sorry, the dirt box. Now we destroy that. We put it back in there. We put these leads somewhere where they're going to be found, I guess. Like over here, maybe? Sure. And now we're going to start farming some wheat, because we have finished the 265 wheat farm. It took 36 minutes to do the last, like, 8 layers. So, probably have enough hours I could have done the rest of the layers too. But yeah, just a reminder of how big and insane this is. Look at this down at the ground right here. Now look as I fly up, just how high it really goes. And how much we really have to plant. But no better place to start than a random layer. Oh, did I leave dirt up here? No, it's just a shulker box. I left a shulker box here though. Still a pretty big deal. But anyway, so yeah, we need to cover this thing in horrible areas, which means doing this basically. It's going to be a lot of fun. Do you really need all that wheat, says Luca Dragon. You can trade wheat for emeralds, so that's nice. You can make hay bales, and you can breed animals. Who doesn't need wheat would be a better question than who needs all this wheat. But yeah, we're going to do the basic bits in every layer, and then we'll focus on the less basic bits later. Because these bits will stay wet for a long time, because there's water right next to them. I probably need to work out a better hydration solution for the rest, but again, we can deal with this as it all happens. Let's just do this as a basic for each layer, from this downwards. Just so there's, like, some basic stuff going on here. So, Cat, there's room for one more block, says Felicia. One more block of what? Do you think I could do... You're saying I should do another block of the thing? Also, I do have a Huawei phone, by the way. Hassan Alamiri. Also, the sky's the limit, literally, says Dragonixer home videos. Hey, I get it. Because the thing goes up to 256. It is pretty cool, though, right? But no, I have been thinking about streaming a lot recently. And I've had this kind of, like, paralysis as I'm like, we need to do something, like, new, bigger, better. And I think definitely we should have, like, the weekly streams that are like that. But also, every time I stream survival, I just have this, like, zen feeling. I'm like, this is right. You know, how can it be wrong if it feels so right, you know? Very, very serious and real opinion. But yeah, so, I Twitch with random lair. Why sleep for school when you can watch Toy Cat at 10:30? Exactly. Wait, what? Where do you live in the world where you have to sleep for school? 10:30. Oh, the UK. You know, I'm just saying. 10:30 would wake you up at what, like 6:30? If you get 8 hours of sleep, maybe 7:30 if you got 9 hours. I'm just saying, you can do whatever you want for the next few hours. It doesn't have to be me, but like 10:30, bit too early. 11 p.m. Now that's a good sleeping time. That's the ideal way of saying anything. Anyway, how far away from water does the soil soak, says Nacho Diaz? What do you call Diaz that isn't yours? Nacho Diaz. It's probably meant to be like nacho. Like, it's not natch. Yeah, I guess it makes more sense that way. I don't pronounce nacho correctly, I've been told a billion times before. And that's why I insist on pronouncing it the way I do. It's a lot of fun. You Brits kill everything and take its resources, says SpongeBob SquarePants. Wow, SpongeBob, you got so rude recently. Another 10 for finally pronouncing my name right. Dragonixia home videos. How did I say it wrong before? Dragonixa? You know, if it's Polish, I could assume Dragonixa is just a cool Polish name. Like, oh yeah, Dragonixa, you know? Polish name means dragonborn. Born from the Fire Forge or whatever else. By the way, you don't get many uses from a hoe. Have you seen how fast this diamond hoe is broken? It's a good thing we have a bunch of these. The pronunciation is not that bad, really, says Nacho Diaz. See, I'm glad you agree. Your name is literally Nacho. Is it really, by the way? Is Nacho a common Mexican name? When I was in Mexico recently, like I went to Mexico City, I had a Uber driver called Jesus, or Jesus, as I'm sure it is in Spanish. But like, it blew my mind entirely. I was like, how can you just be called Jesus? Like, how is that a common name? Because I also had a waiter at one point that was called Jesus. And it was just like, there's something seems a bit off here. It feels like this shouldn't be such a common name, in my opinion. Anyway, yeah, we're going to collect a lot of wheat today, because you know what? Can't be a wheat farm if you don't have enough wheat. Also, thank you, Raspberry Tea, for the £5.96. What a random amount. Let me guess, actually. 10 Canadian dollars. No, actually, I'm going to say Australian. A name like Raspberry Tea, it's kind of upbeat. Canadians are polite and Australians are fun. That's the stereotype. So, Raspberry Tea. Oh, I like raspberries. I like tea. Imagine if I had a name. Let me guess. 10 Australian in GBP. It's 5.19. So what would be £5.96? Maybe they're British and they just have a wacky thing. Jesus and Maria are very common Mexican names. Oh yeah, Maria. I have a family member called Maria, after the shepherd in the shepherd's wife, who suspiciously had a child. Again, very suspiciously. 777 USD says Raspberry Tea. You know, I tried my best to work it out, Raspberry Tea. I tried my best, but I didn't succeed. Also, make a 256 beetroot farm. Honestly, a part of me would like that way more, because a wheat farm like has too many uses. A beetroot farm would just be like, did you need to do that, friend? Smok is dragon in Polish, but my name might be cool. I feel like Polish names either sound like food or are cool. There's no in between. Like, you find very few names that are like, you know, that don't sound like ridiculously. Yeah, it's just like I said, like incomprehensible. Sounds like it might be a foreign food, or it's cool. Like, that's the Polish spectrum of names, in my opinion. Norris, I don't know why it changes currency. I either said it changed currency because, like, if you're going via Streamlabs, most people do it because they want the money to get to me. But if you want the money to get to me, then it matters. Because it immediately converts into pounds for me anyway. Like, I don't actually have dollars when you give me US dollars. Actually, you know what? This is something funny. I had to explain this so much when I was in school, because I've been working for myself on the internet since I was like 13, 14. Realistically since I was 12, but like I was making good money. Like I had 1 year, I stopped because I was scared that I wasn't paying taxes. Like I had the fear of death for not paying taxes when I was like 13. Yeah, I used to have this, I used to have a business when I was like 13, and I explained that I charge things in dollars because it's the internet. And people be like, but what use do you have for dollars, man? And I was like, it exchanges. Do you really think that I don't know, it always bothered me. Toy Cat agricultural subsidy. Okay, you know what, first of all, high quality comment, David Solomano. Love a good variation on the Toy Cat tax. And that is one of my favorite ones. Second of all, you know, agricultural subsidies, am I right? I feel like of all the uses of tax money, agricultural subsidies are the ones that go on my list of like, that is the the reason you should be happy to pay Toy Cat taxes as opposed to real taxes is because unlike real taxes, you know, your Toy Cat tax is going exclusive. By the way, we're farming wheat in the rain, the dark rain too. But unlike real taxes, your Toy Cat tax won't be used to buy the votes of farmers, probably. I mean, it probably buys the votes of like. You know, actually, I don't interact with many farms in my life. Maybe I should do more farming. Maybe I'd be more sympathetic to farmers' causes if I had more farmer friends. Because I have a friend, a YouTube friend, who like owns his own little farm, or like his parents own a farm. Which you know how it works in like the farming world. You know, your parents own a farm and you own a farm. It's, you know, it's just the way the world works. I need to get more, I need to get another hoe. Let's hope I have one in this box. I do not. Should we make a diamond hoe? That seems wasteful. Using iron hoes feels wasteful as well, though. Also, I don't want to make that many stone hoes, so... basically stuck. Also, Toy Cat, I finally realized why your Let's Play board looks familiar. No joke, my main board's on the exact same seed, has the same terrain. Honestly, the terrain wouldn't look like any other world out there. If it looks like another seed, that's pretty cool. If you're using the everything seed, then it'd look different too. So I have no idea what happened, but that's pretty cool. Hey Andrew, the vertical video was disorienting but fascinating. Great videos in the last 4 days. Thank you, says Stay Moodly. I'm glad you enjoyed the vertical. As soon as I saw the vertical thing, I was like, this is cool. It's going to annoy a lot of people, but I want to do it. It's like the 144p video. I was just like, I like goofing around with concepts, even stupid concepts. And that was one that I... Man, we are out of diamond hoes. We are all out. So I guess what we're going to do, as stupid as this is we're going to make a bunch of stone hoes. Because you know what? Hoes ain't nothing but a stone. We'll get exactly 30. And they'll make 15 hoes. And we'll farm that way. But, hi, says Polo. Hello, Polo. And, yeah, I enjoy, like, giving off with YouTube concepts sometimes, with Minecraft videos. I don't know why. It's like what I make on this channel. Mostly informative videos. And every now and then I just play around with something. Is the easiest way to explain it. Oh, I need to craft the hose. Oops. Diamond hoe fund. I'm just saying, you know, I would like to have a diamond hoe instead, but chat would literally crucify me. Like when I use a diamond hoe, there's a few murmurings of chat like, oh, I don't know if you'd be doing that. If I craft a diamond hoe on the stream, I think the internet would literally, you know, like, I would be put on a cross, and I would be, you know, bad things would happen to me as a result. It wouldn't be nice. Also, thank you, Peachy806, for the very random amount of Great British Pounds. Oh, actually, 256. That's a cool number. Not random in the slightest. I take that back. So yeah, let's go hoe some ground, and let's put some seeds in it. Let's take, I don't know, like, all the stacks of seeds. And let's do this, I guess. And if we need more seeds, we'll just replant some crops. Because, yeah, the biggest problem to actually growing a farm this big is you need a lot of crops. So yeah, we're going to destroy the things using a shovel, because look how many seeds you get as a result. Oh yeah, look at all the seeds. For some reason, using Fortune on wheat gets you more seeds instead of more wheat. It's a really broken thing. Also, first Streamlabs donation will stop giving Season your hard-earned money. I thank you, Mr. Resurrection, for finally deciding you've seen the light. You've decided Susan should not be entitled to the sweat of my brow, or whatever. I don't know what tax comment we can make right there. But Adam and Eve came from a escape pod that destroyed and ended the dinosaurs. I mean, sounds pretty factual to me. Sounds like you've referenced the correct sources right there. Thank you very much, Resurrection. Glad to know that you're forever memorialized in the end road. Again, coming soon. It's like one of those projects, like, it's weird having editors, like, because for the vast majority of my YouTube history, I refused to use editors for things because I just, you know, it was too many steps in the process. It felt weird to pay money for that, like I almost couldn't do it. But recently I've been like, I had an editor for the last couple of years, and then recently I've got like 3 more this year. Don't ask how I have 4 editors, but it's a thing we do. So like the editor that's in charge of making that video, it's like a big thing to put together. But like it's exciting to like, it's out of my hands, which is weird because it's like I can't promise when it'll happen. But it's cool knowing there's something that I'm excited to see, because I don't get to see it until it's done too. Like I've obviously recorded the bits I need to do, but then at some point a video shows up that I'm excited to watch, and that includes the end road. It's a weird thing to say, but it's true. Also, thank you, Dragonoxia, for paying the Toy Cat tax a bunch. I have been to Poland. I went to Warsaw once. I've been meaning to go to Gdansk forever. I really want to see Auschwitz. I know that's like a sad reason to go to Poland, but like I feel like it's an important part of human, like, culture. It's an important human thing to see. So I like to go see it sometime. I don't like. So I'm going back to Poland, is what I'm saying. But also, I want to get my list of number of countries I've gone up a little bit. Like in Europe, you can kind of buff your numbers by being like, I went to Macedonia, then I went to Kosovo, then I went to Serbia, then like, I kind of want to do that just so I have like loads of countries on my places I've been list. Would be kind of cool, right? Also, I'm pro Diamond Ho. Thank you, Andresibus. We need more people like that. Also, hey there, what kind of D&D character do you play? Also, it's not finished, by the way, chat. We have 2 blocks missing. So I play a half elf, and I incessantly lie about everything. Like as soon as there's any like, I'm kind of like the social one in our party, but like I lie to everyone all the time, even about things that like really don't benefit me to lie about. So that's me as like a social character. In combat, I do sorcery, but I'm really bad at like, I guess I'm just like not reading the books enough. I'm basically useless in combat. I turn myself into a plant every now and then, and also I can make things really big and small, which I use like 80% for humor and 20% to actually win battles. So yeah, I'm really bad. I'm really bad at actually like D&D is a game where you shouldn't be bad because it's all in your imagination, but I am horrific at D&D. Like I've almost died a lot of times. I got Bard's vibes. Yeah, no, I don't know, like something about like sorcery. It was just like, ooh, I can do cool spells. Like I feel like magic in games always has the potential to be fun, but only when you have like basic attack damage spells. Like I hate magic in games where you have to do niche stuff, and I'm playing a game where I have to do weird niche stuff to support my group, which isn't very fun. Also, I'll be moving to Gdansk soon. See you there, says Dragonoxia. You might see me there one day. It is statistically entirely possible. I hope I didn't get the city wrong. It might be Krakow instead of Gdansk. I really want to see the salt mines in Krakow, actually, too. Again, Poland's one of those countries. Poland's definitely a country that's on the high list of I'd like to go. Also, I always played an angry druid gnome. Sometime soon, I'm going to be rolling a new character. I think I definitely want to be like a bard and like a ridiculous race, because making jokes about like racial purity as a half elf, you know, it's fun for a little bit, but the joke does eventually wear thin. Also, hey Toycat, want to say I love you and you're an amazing YouTuber. Also, mind if I draw you? It's nice that you asked for consent before drawing me, because no, you can't draw me. No, please do draw me. I don't know what to put for username. Tweet it at me. I find drawings of me so fascinating because I don't believe that there's any reason people would do them. But yeah, I see them anyway and it's like, it's a counter to that point. Also, don't forget to smoke your wheat. Smoke wheat every day. Am I right, friends? Am I right? Thank you, Salvatore Fugurino. I see you've gone back to being a Salvatore and not just a Fugurino. This must be a big career move for you to make. I hope you've weighed up your options correctly to do so. Draw him like one of your French cats. Exactly, David Solomano. Exactly. But yeah, I feel like Poland's this whole part of Europe that's like, I don't know, it's like painted with one broad brush. But, you know, this is true for any country. Like, whenever there's a big country, we try to paint it with this. Like, China, you picture a Chinese person when you picture China, but like, China's huge. The fact that you have an imagination of a Chinese person always kind of silly. Like, what do you picture when you picture an American? You picture a thing, but like, you know, 1/3 of America is African American, and that's before you consider the immigrant population. That's before you consider that even the European Americans are all from different parts of Europe and all live very different lifestyles depending on where they live. But yet, when you say the word American, you can picture a thing, and that's wacky to me. Also, buy a baguette for this, says GD-Gamer. Do you know what? This is stupid, but I think you actually have helped me out a lot, because I've been, I want to do some weird deep frying stuff with breadcrumbs, but like I need to buy some bread for that, and I don't usually buy bread because it's like, I have to waste a bunch of it. I will buy a baguette just for you. I'll like turn half into baguette crumbs, because baguette crumbs, it sounds like a weird joke, but it's not. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Also, so if I was playing Minecraft just now, I walked into a nether portal and fell in lava. Sucks for you, SSJ, Jason Chev. Thoughts on travel cards like the Amex Gold card? So I have to be very careful and say, one, I'm not giving you any financial advice right here. Any credit card that you spend money on and don't immediately pay off is a bad credit card because you'll pay interest, which nullifies any of the benefits of having one. If you're paying interest, then you shouldn't be using a credit card for anything. You should use some other source of loan. Also, want to piss off the internet, but I'm breaking free and mending on a diamond hoe and take breaks to mend it. Ooh, I kind of want to put mending on a diamond hoe. Should we do that sometime? That'd be really satisfying to me. Like, I'd enjoy that immensely, is what I'm trying to say right here. Maybe I shouldn't. But anyway, I thought African Americans made up 13% of the population. Ooh, am I wrong on these stats? One sec. African Americans. The number. Maybe it's only in certain states they make up such a large. It's 39 million. Oh, it's 13%. You're right. I got the number 120 million from somewhere. You're not 13%. You're not. You shouldn't picture an African American after all. You're right. My bad. I think it's maybe it's like if you combine that with Hispanic and Latinos, you get to the 120 million. I have no idea what faulty numbers I got. See, that's why it's cool to say these things. I love the internet to correct a bit of faulty knowledge like that. Also, oh shoot, this feels like a throwback, being at the cane farm. It's always cool to do something that has a bit of a feel like this. Also, do it on a wooden hoe, then put it in a wood item frame. Oh man, that again, I really want to do that. It's so dumb, but I think I'd enjoy that so much. Wait, one sec. I'll put on my little idea list. This video. This video will trigger you. Mending and breaking wooden hoe. Okay. Because theoretically speaking, it wouldn't. It's really dumb. But, you know, I'm just saying, it would be kind of cool. Are you a cat? Because I'm feline. A connection between us, says Cat Gale. I love it. This is the reason the internet was invented. For cat puns. Bad cat puns to it, that. But wait, your name is Cat. Oh my god. How are you not always making... Is this your life? Do people do this to you all the time? Are you actually called... oh my god. How have I just realized someone's called Cat and we haven't been making jokes about that the whole time. How awful. What are your thoughts about Americans? I think Americans are only apparently 88%, 87% not African in origin. I can tell you that much. Also, even to Cat, the 12 Dragons thing. Oh, I got a message from the community manager in the UK, and they did some reverse engineering on the world to try and work out what happened, because they were concerned too. It was an old bug that... I'd have to read the explanation again, but there used to be a bug that moved Ender Dragons away from you, and then it happened a bunch of times in a row, and then something about that portal caused them to respawn. I'm really, really simplifying now because I forgot it. It's been a long time. Also, fought some bushfires in my country. You know what? I'm just saying, someone had to burn down Australia. It's pretty sad, right? Although people say Australia's burning, but it's like all the people live in like the parts of Australia that isn't burning. Like, even though it's a tragedy environmentally speaking, it's like I hate when people try to like add to it to mislead, when it's just like, you know what? A lot of wildlife is messed up, but the number of people that have died is super low. Because Australians live in tiny city-sized enclaves despite having a whole continent themselves. Happy to pay Toy Cat tax for clean and spaz-free Minecraft. Glad to help you. But everyone is African in origin. Yeah, it's widely theorized the first humans came from Africa, right? That's what I've always found, like, to some extent, amusing about the idea of people who value their skin color. Because out of context, this would be a bad thing. But, like, in some context, you can understand people who are wildly racist. Because, like, sure, you encounter someone who is from a different set of values and culture to you. Like, it makes sense on that level. But, like, when you love your skin color, it's like, you know, your skin color is a fairly recent, you know, change. But I guess you could argue that about anything. Like, you know, why are you proud of anything? Everything's recent in some way. So, Kat, you've always reminded me of that one kid in class that actually questions the RE teacher, and he always tries to teach the students about how to be good. You know, in RE, what I would just do, like, I think the subject where I questioned the teacher a bunch was probably like, I think we had a lesson that was like, it was called personal development, like how to be better, like people as a whole. And some of it was religious, I didn't care about that. Some of it was drugs based, and I made jokes about that. And when it was like, if it was like, sort of anything else, I'd be like, but why, you know? What's the deal with that? One of the coolest things as a student is asking a question the teacher literally doesn't know the answer to. And you're like, aha, how smart are you now, you dumb. Also, Nathan, my uni sent me an email, especially forbidding me from going to China. Now I really want to go because they told me I can't. I have no intention of going before. Why? It's pretty normal human instinct, right, to be like, why can't I do this thing? Like, as dumb as it is a human instinct. Like, yeah, of course. Someone tells you can't do a thing, of course you want to do it. Because, who are they to tell you can't do it? What is the reasoning, you know? Like, you know, when you try to take someone's autonomy out of their hands, some of their ability to function in the world, they're going to push back against it unless they understand themselves. Like, it took me a while to understand that some people wouldn't murder people even if murder was legal. But it's kind of the same thing of like, even though someone with a gun will stop you from murdering someone if they catch you trying. Fun fact, that is true. Even though that's what happens, most of us don't murder people because it's like, I don't want to. That rule's pretty fair. When someone enforces a rule on you that seems unfair, you're like, no, actually, I disagree with your authority, and I'm questioning it this way. Honestly, you know, I booked a flight to Hong Kong. I booked a flight to China this last week. Not because of the virus and because I hate people who are like, it's such a big deal. Because fun fact, it's spread like twice already. But partly because of the low prices. Like, it's a lot cheaper to go to China right now. And partly because, like, I kind of love upsetting people. You know, the whole reason that the idea of like putting a mending and breaking on a hoe like tickles me is because, like, yeah, I think people would enjoy that, wouldn't they? I keep getting ads about Sydney Airport burning. Is Sydney Airport really on fire? Sounds pretty cool, man. Angry rat, what is wrong with you? The moment teacher tries to argue when he knows you're correct. Yeah, it's one of those... It's sad when you first realize the teacher doesn't know everything about the subject they're teaching. They just know enough to be able to teach it to people. It's like a really tragic moment where you're like, oh, it's like, you know, they're not super smart. We're just being tested. They just have their own little goals and motives they're trying to push. You know, like, because the ideal teacher would just be a smart person, you know, someone who knows more than you, who tells you the things that you need to know in an order that they think is appropriate, while also allowing you to have some input on that, or as much input as you wanted. Some people would be very passive learners and would just accept everything their teachers wanted them to learn, and some people would go, you know, some people would, like, you know, try and question everything, but that'd be good, you know, everyone learns in different ways. But instead we have a system where it's like, oh yeah, there's a dude who's paid money, and they usually get bonuses based on if you do well in tests. At least the schools I went to, they did. There's a dude who has paid money to ensure that you can pass this test in a year's time. How they get there is entirely up to them. And that's the whole thing. Poon Ias Destroy Us. Terrible name, by the way. Do you ever feel that you're not capable of loving anyone? The most important thing to loving a person. I don't know how these streams became like a weird mix of geography, relationship advice, and Minecraft, but sure. But if you ever feel like you are incapable of loving someone, it probably means that there's something wrong with you. Because not something wrong with you, but something about yourself you need to understand. Because the most important step in love, like people people like to act like, oh yeah, you gotta find the perfect person. Honestly, it's just a matter of like loving yourself enough to know what is lovable about you and finding someone who loves that part of yourself. Because if you don't like you, you'll never be able to trust that someone else likes you for certain reasons. Or at least, if you don't like you in any way. And then that becomes a thing. So anyway, fun fact. Also, I'm actually American with French-Canadian heritage. Last name is Laframboise. And my first name starts with T, so raspberry tea is perfect. I am ready to be judged. So first of all, I'm going to judge you raspberry tea. More like raspberry get out of my... you know, I can't do this. I wanted to try my best raspberry tea, but I couldn't. Scuffed philosopher. I actually don't think that's philosophy. I think that's relationship advice, right? I think that's I definitely give a lot of bad philosophy on this channel. Sorry, internet. But I think honestly, like any like even like the weirdest like therapist and relationship counselor would be like, yep, to love someone else, you gotta love yourself. Because you know, why would you love someone that did something as... If you hated yourself, if you think that you're an unlovable schmuck... Is schmuck even a word? I've always wondered, what does that word mean? Schmuck meaning... A foolish or contemptible person. Perfect, actually. If you think you're a... you know, an unlovable schmuck, why would you like someone who liked you? It's one of the weirdest things they could do from your perspective. Weird mix of everything is why I like your streams. I definitely, I don't know, I don't even really aim for it. It's just like, I talk about what's interesting to me, and I guess, I don't know how people cook out for me though, like, because you'd figure like, how do we end up in the niche of like Vex says, political and, you know, philosophy and political science or whatever. How do we end up in such a weird bubble of those things? Most philosophy is bad. It was invented by racist bigots who believe their opinions to be above other based on their education. I don't think that's entirely true. Philosophers have come from all sorts of parts of history. The reason philosophy has that bad rap is because to be a philosopher, to care about the reason the world exists, you need to fulfill your material... Like, a farmer who works 15 hours a day can't consider the meaning of his existence, because his existence is everything he has to do. But that doesn't mean that, like, it's only for the rich people, it's only for the people who, you know, like, I think that's a really dumb way to look at it, because lots of people have spare time in that. Like, it's, what it is philosophy can only exist. The brain sciences, all of this school of thought, artsy thought, can only exist when we have spare brain capacity. But there was always spare brain capacity out there to think about it. It's just when there was spare capacity to consume it that it made sense. I'm guessing you read a lot or listen to lectures, so it is often on your mind. I mostly listen to podcasts when I'm like idly brain thinking. I spend way more time in my own brain than is healthy. I would say. Like I try to avoid it a lot, but like I spend probably an hour or two a day just thinking about something. I'm happy when that time is spent focused on like YouTube or something that's vaguely productive to me. But most of the time it's just like, oh yeah, today I'm focused on this whole thing. Like I don't know, I think about a lot of things. And then I like to share those thoughts with all of you. But yeah, these aren't, when I say things, I'm not like an expert in anything I'm saying. I don't think. I want to be. I like being a casual. I like being slightly above the average level of information on as many things as I can be. I don't like going to the level of mastery, because when people get better and better at a subject, they start to doubt more and more, and they start to dive into the... I would love to be the perfect teacher in terms of like an accessible amount of knowledge and everything. You want to hear about the Egyptian pyramids? I've got a fun anecdote about that. I don't really, sadly. Also, Jay Twiggy says, my dad told me a close family friend died 2 weeks ago. He had thought that he had told me toy cat taxes, yes. Man, that's, first of, okay, this is, interpersonal relationships with toy cat. I find most of the time that people say something like that, I'm a very cynical person. they actually didn't think they told you. It's just a very convenient excuse, right? Like, oh yeah, I saw that in TV. It works, and it just worked on you, right? Because men especially find it very hard to share deep feeling-y based stuff. So it's easy just to be like, you know, I'm just gonna not do that for as long as possible. So that's the whole thing. Also, if YouTube ever slows down, maybe consider a 4-year philosophy degree. I think after YouTube, like, I enjoy the process of business more than I enjoy the process of learning. The only reason I can find a place to share my thoughts and feelings is because we have this weird thing where people are throwing me money every 5 minutes to talk about, you know, beef or family death or tea or my favorite fruit or McDonald's item. Because, like, I think I enjoy this regardless of all the people doing a thing, but I can do this way more because of that. And I think learning and paying money to learn, to me, isn't... Because, I don't know, I like money a lot. I value any way that I can bring it. I always need to do something that pushes life forwards, and to me, still, one of the major drivers is that. I don't know, like, some people value... Everyone values a different feeling, right? But, like, when I feel like I've worked on something, it feels good. When I feel like that work is appreciated, it feels better. When I feel like that work is not just appreciated and feels good, but people have shown back that they like it as much as people somehow do on my streams, it's even better, you know? Because I think, like, one of the biggest struggles in life is finding a game, you know, like, not game like video game, but like a game that you enjoy going on the loop of. Some people enjoy the loop of how do I feel the best. Some people enjoy the fitness loop of, like, I want my body to feel like it's at peak performance all the time. Everyone enjoys, like, a different, like, loop within it. That's the challenge of, like, being a teenager, being even young 20s is, like, working out what is a thing you enjoy that is sustainable and that can build up. And to me, it's like the number one thing is when I feel like I'm more safe. Because to me, the number one thing money buys is stability and security. I am not gonna suddenly be homeless one day or hit zero again like I did early on in the YouTube days, and be it like fear of like where you're gonna live or what you're gonna buy or whatever, or like how you're gonna eat whatever. Not having those fears in life is a really cool thing, and the more money you stack up, the further away you get from that. So when is it ever okay to disobey the law? If you disagree with the law, you don't think you'll be caught, and you think that disobeying it is smart and if you think disobeying it is the right thing to do, disobey the law, I guess. In practice, I would say only if you don't think you're going to be caught and you think you're improving the world by doing so, then why would you not? But the thing is, you got to bear in mind that your view of whether you're improving the world or not is very different to that of many other people. You seem intelligent. Did you enjoy school where you attended? I should stop stroking my own ego by reading out these comments. Thank you, everyone. I didn't enjoy school at all. I hated school. It's someone forcing you to do things for how many hours a day? Like 12, 6? What? I don't know how school is. The only school I enjoyed was where they let me just do it on my own terms. Like, here's what you've got to do. Do it in your own time. Make sure you do it by these dates, but everything else is like, you know, we'll teach you some stuff in the lessons, but if you're not paying too much attention, most of us don't mind. I really enjoyed that. I got I don't know what it's called, like a distinction star is what it sounds like so dumb, the grading system that we used for it, but whatever. I did really well at one of those. But yeah, I hated school 99% of it, because it's just like, it's a place you have to show up, and showing up doesn't make you a better person, it just makes you, you know, it's like, I don't know, I guess it's preparing you for the real world in that way, that like, you show up just for the sake of being there. It's real rough. It's okay. How do you feel about the book Animal Farm? I really like Animal Farm, actually. I didn't read it in school like a lot of people did. I read it like... I just like independently heard about it and was like, oh, I'll give that a read. And I thought it was a really interesting book. I didn't even realize the Soviet allegory that it was making. I just thought it was a fun allegory for how humans are messed up or whatever. I've got a question which is going to trigger you. What's your favorite block in Minecraft and why? It says Detective Dragon 01. Well, we're going to ban Detective Dragon 001 for bad question asking. No, that's the worst question in Minecraft. There is not a single question which is... By the way, is there something stopping these blocks from, like, having wheat in them? Because I feel like I've placed these seeds a lot of times before. I feel like they must be popping out. Let's stare at it for a second. Also, so can't do a TED Talk. That's because you believe capitalism can support you to reach your dreams, right? Says Aaron the Anon. Weirdly enough, as stupid as this is, to some extent, capitalism is the dream for me. Oh yeah, it's literally popping out, by the way. I think. Yeah, there's some light level bug. Because every other floor, it's working. I can place... Oh no, it's happening here too. And here. Why is it happening there? Okay, it's not happening here though. What the heck is going on? Is it like torch related? Is there like a torch on that layer but not on this layer? We might have to place a bunch of like side torches maybe. I really don't know what's causing that. Because there's no reason the light level should be wrong here. Yeah, it's happening on all the layers up here though. What a weird little thing. I don't understand light levels sometimes in Minecraft. Maybe there's... Oh, because there's dirt blocks missing. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe there's more light. Something, something, something. I don't understand. Has YouTube hurt/helped your ego, do you think? I think that YouTube can be a platform that allows you to, like... I think YouTube can definitely inflate your ego way more than it ever should be. I don't know if it ever has for me, because like it's like, well, you know, you'd hope people like what you enjoy, but also you can't, like, to me, I always acknowledge that for every person that likes me, there's 100 people that don't, so clearly I'm not that good. Or how do you make a non-stressful uploading schedule? Says NRVG. Upload as frequently as you want to is the least... Like, the reason stress exists is because what we want to do is a certain amount, and what we make ourselves do is usually more than that amount because of whatever pressure, financial, maybe just we push ourselves sometimes. And stress results when what we want to do doesn't line up with what we're doing at that moment. What we naturally want to do isn't lining up with what we logically want to do. So the least stressful thing to do would be to do less than you're trying to force yourself to do right now. But obviously you want YouTube success. You want to upload more videos, better videos, more often, etc. Outside of Minecraft, if you had a chance to take part in a game marathon, like awesome games done quick, what game would you choose? I really like Super Mario 64. I've probably played through that far too many times. I don't think I've got speedrunning potential with it. I played Portal like 6 times through. On this channel, I played Portal twice alone. So yeah, I'd say so. So, I'll like you. Sorry for asking weird questions, says Aaron the Anon. It's okay. This is a nice stream compared to the last one. What was not nice about last stream, friend? You seem very chill today. Is it a concern that my chillness bounces about from stream to stream? I wonder if it is. No, I really am going for, like, I don't know. Whenever things feel really shaky sometimes, and like putting everything in life back together in an order that is satisfying. And like when everything is feeling rough, it's hard to get things back in order. And I don't know, I feel like it was a rough week and now things are very chill. I feel very good about everything. Like Tomorrow I'm gonna go bouldering again. I love that. My hands are still rough, by the way. Like, do you want to see my hands? You don't want to see my hands, but I'm gonna show you them anyway, internet. My hands are still like... You actually can barely see it, so that's good. But like, you can still see it's like super pink, and that's after a week of healing or something. It's because he's smoking wheat, says Salvatore. Also, the stream chat is really pleasant today. Maybe the entirety of how these streams go is based on how I read the chat. Would you rather 50% of the population like you and 50% dislike you, or 100% people be neutral towards you no matter what you do? 100% people be neutral towards me no matter what I did, because then I could steal everything I ever wanted and do anything I wanted, and people would be like, sure, whatever. But assuming you ignore that as a possibility, which you probably should, because otherwise questions OP. I would say the clear answer is you want 50% of people to love and hate you. Because hate's a different form of love. Like, you might think that by hating the Kardashians, you're really bringing them down. But you're bringing them a form of social relevance. Like, even though you probably wouldn't pay money for it, one of the best forms of promotion is just to get a lot of people to hate you. And talk about why they hate you to people they know. Because the reason you hate someone might be entirely different to why someone else hates someone. There's a lot of contrarians out there. There's a lot of contrarians who are down to like something just because you hate it. I'm probably one of those. Like, when I hear someone hate something, I'm like, but why do you hate it? And then I'll give it a fair chance. But also, like, just talking about how much you hate something, you'll still consume it just to get that hate feeling in. Because the entire point of media, it's not to make... You know, you might assume media makes you feel good in some way, like it's there to entertain, occupy, whatever you... And, you know, good media, like, I don't know, when news wasn't garbage, it was there to inform you. When, you know, like, a good, you know, TV show might entertain you. A good YouTuber might, you know, make you laugh and smile or whatever else. But really, you know, like, the metrics that it succeeds on are just, did it get you, you know? And get you can mean a billion things, but, like, did that content absorb you in? Did you purchase it? Did you watch it? Did you whatever? And if you did, it doesn't matter whether you liked or disliked or how you felt about a thing. Every viewer on this video counts the same, right? I mostly come here for the philosophy, says Captain Yellow Waffles. Yeah, I always feel like under pressure when people say that, because it's like I never even talk philosophy on purpose most of the time. Like, maybe recently I've been like, let's talk something philosophy. But most philosophy is really... Most things are just like, I wonder about life and here are my wanderings. It's same if like someone says like, oh yeah, I love your political insight. But it's like, I don't know if I try my best not to talk politics here. So it's interesting that like, you know, someone could like that. And I guess what it really boils down to is like, when you've got a stream where you do a billion different things, not even for any good reason, by the way, we just happen to do a billion different things. People will like it for a billion different reasons, I guess. Is YouTube considered social media? It's in this weird bubble where I'd say YouTube is a type of... YouTube probably was at one point a form of social media. I think the transition YouTube's tried to make is into being a challenger, a form of media in and of itself. That's what I would say YouTube is now. It retains all the benefits of being social media, but also wants to be so much bigger. Because social media, love it or hate it, it's not something you can sit down at for hours. You know, YouTube, I watch hours of YouTube a day. I watch it in small segments, but it's probably the site with the longest engagement on the internet, I would guess. Do you know anything about determinism? Are you assuming the thing of like, is the universe predetermined and all that sort of stuff? Because I totally believe it is. I just don't think it should affect how we live life, right? I think even if the universe is predetermined, it shouldn't affect how we live in it, because you know, it's predetermined your reaction to how the universe is I think it's an interesting thing to talk about in the abstract, but I don't think it should affect your behaviors and how you do things, because You can come up with a bunch of reasons why you should be a jerk to people, but they're all equally, you know, valid or invalid. It kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, like, oh yeah, the reason we want to believe that morals are universal and aren't just, you know, local, is because also place lanterns above the center to fix the light level issue. Yeah, it's probably the best option. It's going to be a whole mess, but I think we kind of have to at some point. But in your opinion, what's the point of language? Language is a tool of communication. We use it to share meaning with people. Language is a super recent human invention. Like, bear in mind, only humans really have language, and we've only had language for, like, you know, 10 to 50,000 years, depending on who you're asking. Think about how recent that is that we had any form of language, let alone a shared language. You know, right now, I'm talking to you in English, and despite the number of countries that you exist in, you're all probably understanding English. Isn't that cool by itself? But, I must leave to make salmon curry. Salmon curry sounds delicious. If you believe in determinism, you don't believe in free will. No, I believe my free will is predetermined. I think you could work out what I was going to do for my entire lifetime if you wanted to. I don't think there's enough power in the universe to do so necessarily, but I think it could be determined. Because there's nothing special in my brain that can't be measured, can't be outputted in that way. Also, if I want you to sacrifice a seed for this super chat. Okay, you know, for you, friendo, Caden the Legend, my brand new service, give me $2 and I'll throw away a seed. Look at this right here. Seed thrown away. It's kind of satisfying, actually. You know what, chat? I need to raise money for my ludicrous, as I said earlier, addiction to feeling secure in the world. So if you want to raise money for my high-quality goal of wanting to feel safe and secure, not even for fried chicken this time, literally just for the number one purpose of money, in my opinion, the ability to feel financially secure. $2, I'll throw away a seed for you. Do you want to see another one? Do you want to see it thrown off the edge? You know you secretly do. Should there be another international language that's not English? I mean, there's a bunch of international languages that aren't English, friend. Another. See, look at this. Look at this, chat. $2 goes off the edge. Gone. Forever. Isn't that satisfying? Don't you want to see that? We could go higher. We could knock that up from an even higher height if we want to. Better believe this is a thing we have the ability to do. But, yeah, that's one of my worst money-making business ideas ever. I would say language is a tool that we use to communicate what's inside of our brains, because without language, it's impossible to try and even begin to share the inner meanings of what's inside of a brain. We create these symbols to communicate feelings and thoughts and what's actually happening, etc. Also, what's your views on us not being alone in the universe? I firmly believe there's obvious life outside our world. I don't think any life has been discovered yet, but also I'd like to order 5 seeds.
I would like to order 5 seeds.
You know what? Here you go. 1 seed. You know what? Let's go higher up. This is my best business model yet, internet. I sell throwing seeds off a wheat farm for money. 2 seeds, 3 seeds, 4 seeds, 5 seeds. Throw a wheat, please. Man, I'm just selling my Minecraft resources for money now. Here you go. The $5 wheat package deluxe. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. That was wonderful, right? Glad you enjoyed that. But yeah, $2 and I'll throw a seed off the side with your name engraved on it. I mean, your name could be engraved on it. Do you ever see, this is one of those things. It's in every city, so it's like one of those gimmicks. But like, your name engraved on a piece of rice. So like, I'll engrave your name on a piece of seeds, theoretically, and we'll throw it right off the edge. Also, Franciscos Martinez, better believe. What's this? A seed going over the edge for you? Yeah, high quality. It is really satisfying to watch. It's hard to say it's not, right? Like, it's gone now. It's gone forever. They're all down there on the ground. Like, There's something about it's called Call of the Void. Looking into the abyss of nothingness, even if that nothingness is a very clearly defined thing here, but like knowing it's gone, something about seeing it go. It is fun for me to watch. So thank you for paying for my addiction, chat. One more seed. Yes, that's my real name. Says Beyonce Garcia. I don't believe Beyonce Garcia is your real name. I challenge that assertion. I think it is incorrect. But yeah, thank you for everyone who supported my temporary business model of selling the throwing of seeds off the edge. See, it's satisfying, right? This is more interesting than it should be, says Robin Brooks. There's something about it. There's, I feel like Caden the Legend has come up with something right here. It's funny, we went straight from like talking about the meaning of the universe where it was predetermined to like, how about we throw seeds off the edge? I bet you won't give me $2 to do it. So, I guess that's what we do now. Yeah, this is why I watch the stream, says Desi Humphrey. I mean, it's an important thing to do, right? Because also, good news, chat. You might think it's over, but Dragonixia, I got it, says, for the hell of it, eat that seed. Oh yeah, that is good. It's gone. It's wonderful. Also, here's my money, seed sacrifice now. Okay, look at that. Seed gone too. Let's actually go down now. And let's go to sleep for a second. And then let's pick up some more wheat seeds, I guess. And then we'll do it. Would you rather make someone immortal or bring someone back from the dead, says Travis Hillier? Immortality, if it's true immortality, is the worst thing. I'll talk about it in a second, but first, is this where you get your seeds for Seed Sunday? Hey! So first of all, thank you, Caden the Legend. 2 more seeds. Yes, that's my name. I'm glad to hear it, Caden the Legend. You have started something great for me. You know, this will be the day I look back on and I realize, like, you know what? I thought making Minecraft YouTube videos was the ticket to success. Really, what I didn't realize is that people would pay good money to see me yeet seeds, as they like to call it these days, off the edge of a thing. So let's throw these off, shall we? Also, should we give one for Immortal Tyrant? You know what? He didn't ask for it, but you know what? My business model is even if you don't ask for it, you get it, which is probably a concerning one, but that's fine. So let's go all the way up here. You can see the seeds down here, by the way. It's quite interesting, the distance they get. Like, Minecraft mechanics are quite interesting when they do that. Also, good to see you, Autie Mama. And also, we funded the Toy Cat Tax Road. We are easily amused. I tell that story to people sometimes, and they're like, people on the internet didn't really do that, did they? And I'm like, yeah, people on the internet. My friends, my lovers, my confidants. So yeah, what we're going to do right now for Caden the Legend is throw 2 seeds off the edge. Also, someone says, you said it's a bad business model, but clearly it's working, isn't it? Touche, I guess. I mean, I can call it bad as much as I like, but I guess people are people are choosing to pay for it, so can it really be such a bad business model? I guess not. I guess not. Hey, welcome to the membership club, Dragonixer. You get a green name now. You get the ever-changing logo next to you, and a lot of other stuff like that. How wonderful! Thank you so much. Welcome to the club. We really did gotta head home. Don't have too much fun when I'm God, says David Solomano. Without you, I don't think I can ever have fun, David. Also, I serve the Soviet Union. Bring back the seed, or bring the seed. Okay, Caden the Legend. What might be the last seed drop of the stream? 1 seed, gone forever. There's something cool about that, right? Seeing it shrink. I think I would enjoy throwing seeds of a real building. Like, can we get a GoFundMe going for Toy Cat throwing seeds of a building? Probably not okay to do, but doesn't mean I don't want to do it. Also, Hatsune Miku made Minecraft, says Neon Cloud. You know, you didn't ask for it, but right now I've got a special Neon Cloud. Every $2 you donate, I throw a seed off, and you get to see it drop. My high-quality business exception. People pay for strangest things, but this is an exception, says Minecraft Molly. I mean, I'm just saying, it's satisfying. We're all getting deep enjoyment from it, it seems. Seed, says LJ Twiggy. Let's go a little higher up for every seed, actually. We'll go to 171 for this. Oh, it shrinks, and then it's gone. It's gone forever. Can you pay some respect before throwing the seed, says Shark Boy. You know what? What I can do is I can type an F in the chat, and then we can throw the seed. That's the only way I know how to pay respects. I did in fact play Call of Duty, and it did teach me well. Also, this is my... Oh no, I've got one more stone here. How much for a stack, says Salvatore Fuggerino. Ooh, we don't really do bulk discounts, but you know what? If you made a convincing argument to chat, like, you can negotiate with them, not me, and we'll be good. Also, me at funeral F. Honestly, okay, you have permission. Anyone who comes to my funeral, keep this. Someone clip this. Keep this. But we'll make a pile of clips for when I die. Anyone's welcome to come to my funeral and just go up to the podium and say F. I would love that meme more than anything else. Like, you'd make some people laugh. That'd be worthwhile. Are you actually denying getting paid £128? Says Artis Hamill. Look, I didn't say my business. Look, this business model only works if I am picky and selective, and that's why I'm being as picky and selective as I can be. The stupidest thing I've ever spent money on, says Robin Brooks. Okay, you know, I'll make this feel better for you, Robin. Right now, your seed, it's in my hands, and oh, threw it wrong. Let's try that one again, shall we? Oh, threw it wrong again. Wait, actually, let's try and like throw it from like the weirdest angle, like downwards, like. Oh no! Okay, that sucked. Let's throw a proper one. There you go. That is 2 seeds for the price of 1. Buy one get one free special. You need to play some moral sign for the seed venture, says Francesca Martinez. Honestly, keeping signs for like the dumb stuff like this is probably a good idea, because I might genuinely forget. Also, 1,000 people are watching. Yeah, 1,000 people are watching. These the ridiculous seed toss has me crying. Also, seed. It's so ridiculous, but everyone wants to see it, right? There's something about it. There's just, I just want to see it. Every time I'm like, yeah, someone did it again. I get to watch a seed toss. I can even insult it. I can be like, ooh, yeah, how stupid you all are for doing this. Yeah, anyone who enjoys that, they sure would have to be dumb. Yeah, that's what you all are for doing that. Definitely not a thing I enjoy. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to get some iron. Oh, I need to get some sticks. I can get sticks easy. I just have to go to the... Should we just walk over there? Oh, we're flying. I mean, we're going quite far down. Let's just pick up some bamboo, as we easily can. Easy, easy, easy. Then we'll grab some iron from the chest, and we'll make some iron hoes. And let's try and hoe up as much ground as we can. You know, I'm having a pretty hoey Thursday, as it turns out. So 22 more sticks. Fun fact, a lot of people forget this one, but you can make sticks from bamboo, and it's a very useful thing to choose to do. Then we'll make a couple of iron hoes. 3 iron hoes, apparently. And now we'll be good. You scared me. I thought you wanted your funeral. I mean, I would like a funeral, I feel like. Honestly, the only reason I want a funeral is so, like, if I... One of my fears is that ghosts are real, but they don't interact with humans at all. Like, if ghosts are real, we would never be able to prove them in any real way, so they're definitely not real. But I have a real fear, like, what if ghosts are real, and we just can't interact with the world, we just have to watch it? You know, kind of... You know, one of the worst things about video games is when you die and you become a spectator, and it's like, I just want to play the game again. Imagine that, but for an eternity, right? Imagine how that would feel. And the answer, by the way, not very good. I've always feared, like, what if, like, you know, what if when you die that happens? A funeral at least gives me some entertainment to, like, make it through the first, like, days. Because I think in the same way prison's probably the worst when you first get in and when you're about to get out. I imagine it's the same with death. It's the worst when you first get in, or being a ghost. It's the worst when it first happens and when it's about to end. Having, like, a funeral to look forward to, that'd be nice for Ghost Me. I can't believe I paid $4 to see seeds thrown away, says Shark Boy. You know what, Shark Boy? This is going to be your highest value seed toss yet. I'm gonna put out the stops for this, what I think is going to be the last seed purchase of the day. You know, special customer right here. What we're going to do is we're going to fly all the way up, and I'm going to throw the seeds specially. Going to get a running start for this one. Just like, oh, look how far that one went. Oh, that seed toss. That was a good one right there. That was a good one. I hate being a ghost and don't starve. You have to trek back to the revival portal. Oh, that sounds like the revival mechanic in World of Warcraft. The game will end when there's one person remaining. Man, if you were a ghost and you had to wait until all the humans were dead till you could all go to like some collective afterlife together, wouldn't you be secretly hoping like, man, can Trump just press the big red button already and just end us all? But yeah, no. One of my other fears. Again, I have so many dumb irrational fears that I know are dumb and irrational, but like, it's called Pascal's wager. Like, if you can make a finite sacrifice for an infinite potential gain, it's worth doing. So, for instance, it's using the context of like, you might as well pretend you believe in God so you get into heaven. But what I see it as is like, what if when you die, your eyes don't stop working, they just stop being connected to the brain. So when you're dead, you know, you're like this, because your eyes stay open when you die, they have to like shut them manually. But what if when you die, you can still see, and you still feel or whatever, but you can't react to any of it? That's like one of my real dumb fears. So what basically my solution, my high quality solution I should mention, is I feel like the best way to avoid that is just be cremated. I'm just gonna be cremated. That's when I die, they're gonna burn my body, and that way I will have the one-time pain of being burnt alive. I've been burnt alive once before, so you know, what's the second time? I'll have the one-time pain of being burned alive, but at least, then my eyes won't exist anymore, and there's nothing left to. There's nothing that can see, you know, physically speaking. Because, like, you know, the question with zombies, the reason I'm not scared of a zombie apocalypse is because what's driving zombies? If it's magic, then we live in a silly, dumb world. Whereas if what's driving zombies is like, oh yeah, they can blah, 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 they have to eat a certain amount of times. That's a scary apocalypse to me. And same way to me, like, I know your eyes have to expend energy, but also I don't understand enough about them to say for sure. Please say this farm isn't manual, says Connor Lee. Wow. Be rude about my farm, why don't you? Sure, appreciate that. I'm afraid of the void, but I'm also a man of science, so I guess I believe in what I'm scared of. Personally, I don't have I remember actually when I was first, like, because I was raised in a very, like, my grandma was very, very, very Catholic. Like, she forced me to go to church when I was younger and everything like that. I remember there was like a point where I was like, I don't believe in any of this religion stuff, but hell sounds pretty real, you know, based on my understanding of life so far. Hell would make sense, you know. Hell sounds like a pretty realistic part of life. I really, really, really am terrified of that, because I just knew I was going there. I was like, I stole a chocolate ball when I was younger. I'm not perfect, because people convince you have to be perfect to go there. It's like, it's this cult of people all believing that they have to be better than they are together. Because the only way to be better is to believe it. Also, I'm afraid of the coronavirus right now, says generic Beyonce. Here is a seed yeet for you. So first of all, generic Beyonce. Aha, your name is a lie. It changed since last time. Wait, did it? There was no way. It was Beyonce. How did you change? Whatever, anyway. To make you feel better about coronavirus, it sounds like it's just come out of nowhere, and we don't know much about it. It's actually the third variant of its disease. I looked into this earlier, because I knew Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome was related, and I knew SARS was related, but I didn't know how related. They're similar diseases. They're not from the same strand. This is from snakes, we currently theorize, because it got to humans via fish, but you know, fish and snakes apparently interact all the time. What would be really terrifying is the good place is right and no one gets to go to heaven anymore. You know what? The problem with the good place, this is my my theory for the twist at the end of the show. The problem with the good place, like having people be in hell with like personalized torture or whatever, is that they actually they enjoyed certain parts of it, and that's not how hell works. It's not eternal suffering. It's like suffering mixed with other sorts of things. I think the real fear is like, what if, you know, what if this is everything is like kind of its own form of terror, right? Like, what if you live for 30 years, 80 years, then you die? Also, thank you, Draven Keller, for becoming a support cat. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Hope you enjoy that. Also, that was $1.99, not $2, says Bandana Man. You know what? Has someone been stealing money from company funds? I feel like they must have been. But she needs to donate 0.1 pounds for a CD. I love chat. It's generally like, you know what? This person has not paid their way. It is not fair. I agree. I agree with all of you. But no, isn't it kind of like, there's like a certain depression to like, life exists, you spend 80 years alive, and then you die, and about 20 years later you're forgotten about. And then there's about another trillion years, if not quadrillion. The universe is going to exist for significantly longer than it has existed so far. And several million times longer than your lifespan is. And then it's just like, gone. Also, it's 2020, kiss him on the nose. Damn straight, internet. But, yeah, no, there's something like kind of about that makes me go like, oh, yeah, that's how it be, isn't it? That's what it all is. But that's why I think it's depressing on the one level, but you can always use it as a reminder that you should, if it's all pointless anyway, make your own meaning. Rather than relying on a meaning to magically appear out of nowhere, we used to have to rely. See, where is this light coming from? Chat, do you see that? There is light being created with this farmland, but only on one side. Where did the light just come from? I would love to know. Whatever. Is it coming from that torch down there? Is it like? I think it must be, right? There's none of this makes any sense otherwise. Because farmland isn't as a transparent block, maybe. But you know, it's like a thing of like make your own meaning. We used to have like people in suits in a church with really uncomfortable seating telling you what the meaning of life was, etc. But you can decide for yourself what the point of it all is. You know, come up with your own reasons to live. Don't rely on other people and other versions of it. Like goes through farmland. That is a cool little fact. That is very cool. I think I just yeeted a zombie that time. No, yeah, you can see it's fun. You couldn't see the zombie, but you could see the white that happened when he got dropped. That was quite satisfying. That was very satisfying. But yeah, it seems, man, the light works really weirdly in this game. Look at that. What even is this? Anyway, yeah. Rather than being depressed and thinking like there's no point to anything ever. The meaning is what you make of it. Just like Minecraft. Everything's going to turn into a Minecraft analogy now because that's the beautiful world we live in. Just like Minecraft, everything is what you decide it to be. Minecraft can be a creative building game. It can be a scientific game. It can be a challenging game. It can be whatever game you want it to be. If you wait for a YouTube video to tell you what to make the game into, then you won't have fun. Obviously on this channel, we focus around it being survival, but you don't have to play Minecraft. You don't have to play it in any way to fit in or do anything with anyone. As long as you enjoy it, as long as you feel like there's meaning, as long as you feel like what you do has a purpose, that's all that matters. And my purpose today was to make this insane wheat farm, which is now entirely complete. Thank you so much to everyone for showing up today, for a chill little live stream before bed for me, because I'm trying to sleep earlier, this whole thing. I'm going to go climb some walls tomorrow. And if you enjoyed the thing, then check out my video earlier, actually. Go watch Vertical Minecraft. Because I don't know, that's a thing. Also, I'm probably going to make a, no, don't leave. You know what? I was going to leave. You changed my mind, Giano Salvo. Let's not. But no, thank you very much for watching this little live stream. Hope you all enjoyed it. Because I'll see you on Thursday. I'm going to be doing Java. I'm going to be a sexy spoon. And I'm going to be playing the Java edition. So, I'll see you then, internet. Goodbye. My meaning in Minecraft is really just to listen to the music and... Man, this music and some farming This will go a long way. This will go a long way. Do, do,